answering, and they were like left and right sending me something on my phone, and I'm like, how are you guys
No,
have
don't do that.
so much working off
Don't do
of the
that.
phone,
No, no, no,
right?
Don't test
no.
it
The
right.
thing is that Nikki was driving, so I talking or vice versa. Don't
Right.
talk.
And they were
But
like left and right sending me something. But still, that was quite impressive. So I need those kind of like very on your fingertips kind of, tools, or how to get to the data and all. And also, I think as I was talking to Nikki, so I need some more kind of your expertise, Hui, identifying those investment deals, to kind of like, show the client actually, what is value and what is not value, or for me to understand, okay, when you look at these things, these are red flags, or, and I think Nikki was saying something like you will have some like learning sessions with the inspectors where they kind of talk about how to identify, things in a property, so those kind of things, I think that would be helpful.
mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe if you want to note all of that, I think like this stuff we can actually just go over
Okay.
after mastermind. After we share some notes today from the build. Those are actually really good topic, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and record as well because every single agent, Mahavi, like all the questions you ask, it's actually asked, by a lot of previous agent already. So let's have it, nailed down and record, and later on I can edit the video, and then we can keep updating on our library.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, definitely. So there's no silly questions, surprisingly. All of your questions are like common
Very valid.
questions, or especially for new agents. So I see Nikki, I see Michael, I see Sarah. How are y'all doing? I see Cole.
Oh wow, look at that.
Wow, thank you everyone for tuning in. I guess let's get started as people are joining in. If you have any questions, feel free to include it in the chat section, and then we can address any questions that you may have. But this is again a terrific Tuesday mastermind hosted by Team Legacies. This is values that we added on top of what EXP already have to offer from our team to continue help you to success no matter what the market that we are in. So last week we were able to get to build. Build is one of the annual events that Brand Golf host. And last week we were in Dallas, and we have a full notes here that cannot wait to share, and then we can elaborate on that. And that my son, everyone, he's just not gonna sit still. So who you want to get started?
Yeah. Thanks, May, for opening it up. But I really like Bill. It's just number one for the energy, right? Our energy in this line of business because we give back so much, for the agent, for the buyer, and the seller. If you notice or not, your energy eventually you're gonna get drained. And for me personally, you go to Bill to reconnect with other agent, reconnect with a company, so that way you can regain a lot of that energy back, and then you can go back to your business and keep on producing and keep giving to your client, right? But as far as practical tip and tactic, I really like Tina. I don't know, Nikki and May. I don't know if you remember Tina. She
Mhm.
gives some really specific, subject as far as either attracting client or attracting buyer and seller, right? She leverage her social media, of having a lot of followers. She have a very clear, if you guys want to note it down, she use a lot of AI like ChatGPT and typeset to create a lot of newbie. So for example, right, how to invest in Houston, how to buy your first home as a first time home buyer agent, how to do burr, how to do flip, like all of this how to. You're gonna be surprised, with the help of AI like ChatGPT and typeset, you can actually have an ebook produced, with a really nice cover letter and really specific, how to message tailor to, your specific audience with your voice, right? You can train ChatGPT to talk just like how you talking by uploading it, like a couple sample of your email, a couple sample of your essay. Like for me, I'm working on a book, right? So I upload the entire book on ChatGPT and I ask it to write the next article according to how I write my book, and it writes just like me, right? So you can use that. You can have a lot of freebie. We call that the hook magnet. And then she used another tool called Stand Store. And then, on her Instagram, on her Facebook, she would have this Stand Store on it, and then you would she would drive the traffic on the stand to the stand store, and when you click on it, you can get a freebie, and then you have to give her your email, right? So that's her entire goal, right? She hates prospecting. She doesn't like to go after people, but her goal is that every day she needs to collect some email, and she collect on an average of 5 to 10 email a day. And her business, is pretty amazing. She have thousands and thousands of agents with her, and she have a lot of closing, and she's still in production. So for me, that's one of the key takeaway is just to figure out a systematic way for everybody here, figure out a systematic way to collect email and find a way to deliver value to those emails.
Yeah, so I put her name in the chat section so everyone can look her up on Instagram or social media. Tina Call, and she is one of, we have many of leaders just like Tina that killing it in both production and agent attractions, right? Because one thing that we been kind of not struggling, but we feel like we cannot have two apples at the time. You either focus on production, selling, buying, or you're gonna do agent attraction, growing your group of agents, growing your network, right? But for leaders who really know how to utilize technologies, systematics, tools, then that's when you can grow and scale at a larger level. So Tina Call was one, and then if you want to have some of the tools that we just mentioned, feel free to message us afterward as well. We can text you the name and the system that she shared to us. It's not expensive. The thing is like you should just utilize it just so you can scale up in a larger scale.
Yeah. I just keep remember she say like, especially for women, like, hey, use what you have, look cute and collect email address. Somehow that just resonate with me. Say, okay, you look cute and you collect email address, right? I can't do it, right? But the lady, they can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. Yeah, that's what I might take away. Figure out a way to systematically collect email every day. That's all you do.
Yep. So during the whole Build event, right, we touch on different topic when it comes to agent attraction and then productions. So I think that I'm more focusing on production as well, because a lot of us are kind of questioning the current market when sellers are thinking they're selling in 2021 and then buyers are thinking they buy in 2018. So it's kind of like a new market that whoever maybe start in 2020 like me feel like a little odd, because it's more shifting more the buyer's market, right? And speaking of production, I see that Jam is also in a group, and I know that you've been killing it last week as well, right, Jam? And then that's why he want to invite Jam over if you want to share more on production later on as well. But we have basically we have some speaker that mentioned about how we can improve when it comes to listing and listing appointment. So John, let me know whenever you're ready. And also Nikki, I have you on the list as well. If you're ready, come in and tune in as well. Okay. So how quickly the market is moving is a question that different speakers is asking you when you go and talk to your seller and at your listing appointment, right? There are some ratios that pretty helpful when you sit down and talk to your sellers, because things right now, days on market can be longer. And how do you show it to your sellers that, hey, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, but here's other items that we have to understand, and setting the right expectation at the beginning, especially at the listing appointment, is very important. So the most helpful discussion, I would say, when you have a discussion with seller would be, what is the average day on market in the area? Like, for example, if you're gonna list a listing in Cyprus, then what is the average day on market in that area in Cyprus, and what is a day on market in that particular community or the neighborhood that the listing that you about to list, right? So seller, they may not be in the market, they're not they may not been following up with the market, right? They don't know how long it takes for the house to sold. So in their mind, they may be thinking, oh, maybe 2-3 weeks. If we're doing a good job, it's maybe even faster, right? So now we have to look at the data and say, okay, here is the average day in the market of your neighborhood. It's gonna be at least 60 days. So now it's opened up their mind and they know that okay, any other listing in the area gonna take 60 days to sell. Then they're not gonna expect you to update or get your listing sold in 2 or 3 weeks. And
Yeah,
that's the better expectation for them. Then a second data that you should also discuss with your seller is called absorption rate. So basically, how do we calculate for the absorption rate, right, Hui?
I
That would
like
be
that.
the number of holes, a number of houses sold last month divided by the number of the current listings.
I love that. Yeah, that is directly from our CEO, Leo Faria.
Yeah. So, for example, if you divided the number of houses sold last month by the number of houses that currently listed for sale, and it's come out to be 0.33. So that means that is the absorption rate, and that would mean 3.33 months. So in this way, that, it's going to take a little while for the listing to get sold. So that's
Yeah.
why if your seller need to sell it faster, then they better be more aggressive when it comes to pricing, right? So from you have some data and numbers cannot lie. And from the number, it's just easier for you to have those discussion with your sellers. At least you have some foundation to build your your data and your marketing from there.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the note directly from Leo Faria that I remember. He was saying that, right now what he is seeing on the national level is that, seller, they keep hiring the real estate agent for 3 months, and then, the house didn't sell, and then they fire that real estate agent, and then they hire another real estate agent, and that house also didn't sell for 3 months. So from our point of view, if you want to protect your business, it actually costs us a lot of money to get a listing, right? You have to do picture, you have to do video, you have to do marketing, have to do a whole bunch of stuff to get your listing. So know exactly how much it costs, on your side to get the listing up and running, and only take listing that you know that you can sell. Don't just take it because, I just want to take it. I just want to have a bunch of listing. Carry 10 listing active and not be able to sell it. It's gonna cost you a ton of money, right? So it's gonna put a lot of expense on your business. So just keep that in mind. Only take listing that you know that you can sell. If it's unreasonable, let it go.
Yeah, that's right. So next I would say I think that they touch on, I have so many notes I'm trying to look through right now. Um, and again, data points help your sellers make decision easier. So sometimes, just go down to the numbers. And if your sellers are not the number guy, then you have to really explain to them and that really help them to sell, a lot better. I think pricings and marketings are, most important factors when it comes to moving a listing nowadays.
Yeah.
So we also have, I forgot their name and they were so good. The three ladies. Nikki, are you there?
The girl with grit.
Yeah, I'm here. There's the girls with grits. That's
Yeah.
their.
Okay.
I'm not
Are
in
you
that
ready?
presentation, so you guys go ahead. Yeah.
Nikki, you want to share what you learned from the three rock stars?
Well, a lot. So in that session, they actually give you a lot more tools that you didn't realize the MLS have. And I kind of practice it when I get home, one thing at a time. So for example, like showing smart, you could go in there and you choose the area you wanted, and then it'll spit out the stats. And I tried it. You can even break it down by like a range, let's say 10,000 or 15,000 range, and it will tell you, hey, in this price range, you got this many showings, and therefore, and this many listings. So you get 3 showings per listing or 6 showing per listing. And that also help us a lot when it comes to determining the price of the home whenever you sell. And then you tell your client, like, look, I know you want to list it for 500, but if you put it for 495, look how many more traffic that will get into your home. And in fact, we tried that with one of our listing. And you guys know how slow open houses and how slow listing can be nowadays. But we've got over 20 showings in that one listing that we did just because we price it in a range that attract more traffic. So that's one of the things that I have tried and tested myself. And I'm gonna try some more and kind of see like how they get around with the system and get more data. Because at the end of the day, you know, me as a CPA and a realtor, I'm very fact focused, you know, and like May said, number doesn't lie. So I just want to present all of that to them and have a backup for the, you know, the solutions that I offer them rather than just my gut telling me to do this.
Very good. Very good.
That's
Yeah.
right. So that's why we have to set the right expectation at the beginning, right? And then just a fresh reminder that each time that we about to take a listing, remember the 4 Ps, the 4-letter piece, that we have to make sure that everything is aligned in order to help a listing to move. The first one is preparation. So you know what to repair in order to get the listing ready, get the seller prepared to know what to expect in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, how we're going to sell it, the presentation when it comes to, you know, how we present the house, right? How we make the house ready. Are we going to stage it? Are we going to virtual stage it? And number 3 is price. And that's, I would say, very important nowadays. You know, maybe that's a price that you feel like that could be a good price to sell a year ago, but considering what is going on in the current market or in the neighborhood that you are in right now, what would be the price that the potential buyers coming in is ready to purchase? So price is also very important. And 4th is promotion. How do we make it like the house is such a good deal? What is the current promotion right now? And one tip that one of the speaker is actually sharing is that they pick one listing per week and just shoot it out in social media and say, this how it's gonna be a promotion of the week. It's gonna have a 10,000 discounts on this particular listing, and that would be like the only chance for you to secure that house in that week. So how do we kick in promotion that make the listing more attractive? So I think nowadays, as a listing agents, we all have to be more creative, or have to be more aggressive when it comes to promoting any listings.
Mm. Also, speaking about that, May, do you want to open up the mic now to the audience? Because I really want to hear from Trump to see, you know, how she was able to close, I think, 5 deal this month. 5 deal, guy, 5 deal this month. So, Trump,
Congratulations, Trump.
Trump, I really want to hear from you, how you do it, you know, how do you generate, how do you get lead, and just want to hear your success story and see if we can learn anything from you, and then we can go around the table and go from there. Yeah.
Hello anh Huệ, hello chị May.
Hey, hey,
Hi,
hey.
Trump.
Nikki, hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, so everyone knows like the market is like up and down and it's like I feel it's slow too, but yes, we still have to have a need like specialties. So for the 4 deals that I closed is 2 deals is for Airbnb.
Mm,
And I just lost an offer. We have multiple off. We do you guys understand it? Cannot believe it's like right now the house list for 330, and we offer 345, but still cannot got the house
interesting.
right now. And so I have a question. It's like Sarah. I think Sarah says like, do you guys have seen multiple offer lately? Yes, I do. So that's why I'm saying I think good deal is still over there. So the like the realtor they driving now is like they need to check out the market every single day. So the
Mm,
deal is still have, it's good deal still have. And when it's a good deal, it's gonna have potential for us to show it's like we are real realtor, right?
see
Yeah.
that. So let me just note on that, you know, on your note, Tramp, you know, I see that, you know, whenever you identify a good deal that you know you ran a number and you know that it's good, it's gonna make money, you go all out on your marketing, right? So I see that particular deal, you know, on social media, basically on all the other channel that you market on. I see that. Yeah. So with aggressive marketing, with the right deal, I believe that's one of the results that, keep you very, very busy and very, very consistent in your production business.
Yeah, so this time we repair. It's like I keep consistently do video and then go out and keep doing video and post the
Yeah.
review and post. So even though the market up and down, but you need to consistently to do the marketing.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. So if I'm new agent, so Mahavi, Hoa, Cole, Sahin, that I would take note on that right now. Be consistent, know your niche, know what you are selling, what you specialize in, and then just go hit it with video, right? If social media is your thing. So Tram was able to do it consistently year in and year out. The market does not affect her, right? I just want to state it that the market, whenever it's up, whenever it's down, it does not affect her business at all, which is really, really cool, really, really stable. Any comment, Tramp or May?
No, I think video is just so important right now. And I see Thao here, right? So Thao, we love to hear it from you as well when it comes to marketing, doing videos online. Would you have anything to share to a group as well?
Yeah, I think so far, Thao, feel free to open your mic whenever, but like from my group, when I check, when I see the production in my group, whoever doing video right now, I can see their business is keep getting, consistent and consistent, right? So the up and down, the market doesn't really affect them.
All right. Hi,
Hey
Thao.
guys, sorry, I've been coughing and been sick. So, okay, yeah. So Trump, congrats, good job. One thing that I keep pushing my team is the market is tough, and that's what Trump said. You consistent doing what you do, and even you have to double up. So doing video, I used to do a lot of YouTube videos. We got a ton of leads from it, but now it's kind of died down a little bit. So we'll continue doing it. We're not giving up. And a lot of agents, what I see is when they do it and they don't see the immediate result, they tend to give up. With us, we're like, okay, the market is hard. That means we gotta double the effort of marketing that we used to do. So before, I probably just do one long form video and call it a day, one long form video a week. But now we're trying to do multiple videos. And I just told my team that if we can keep consistently posting on social media once a day, at least 3 videos a week, then we'll never have to worry about not having enough business. So with us, it's all about social media. We're not an expert in open houses. We're not an expert in cold calling, but social media is our love language, and that has been working for us really, really well. And also hunting new construction deal and posting like right? If I didn't tell you about the Hartley deal, then you probably didn't land 3 deals, or you probably would in other community. But yeah, knowing a good deal, knowing the neighborhood, there's always buyers out there that are ready to put the money and ready to buy. You just need to bring those deals to the table and make it appear to them. We were able to get multiple clients under contract in that community because I found out about that community and knowing that all of the numbers make sense. And then we market heavily on our social media, and that's how we're able to get more contracts.
Yeah, I love that, Thao. And I gonna tag on that note real quick. Number one, I really, believe that, the value of team legacy, especially the true mastermind, right? If you ask Thao something, if you ask me something, we really, really tell you, what we are doing, right? Not just some surface answer. For example, right? I focus on fix and flip. I focus on beat up home. I rarely work with any people that look for new home for lease, right? So when a lead landed on my Google page, I was like, what I'm gonna do, right? So I reached out to the people in Team Legacy and I asked for help, right? So Thảo answered my SOS message, and she shared with me some of the notes, some of the community that she visit, and I was able to get this particular buyer under contract, last week, right? He not only buy one, but he buy 5 right now for the new construction. So value.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 deal is crazy.
Omakase for Thao last time.
Like I said, for now.
I raise my hand.
So value like this, I really want, the message to go out, and I want you guys watching the recording to know value like this, right? Is you can only really find by building, authentic connection within, our community, right? So not only you, I would suggest that you focus on, yes, helping buyer, helping seller, but focus on building that relationship between the agent, right? Between your friend and within team legacy, without team legacy, because that is going to come back and pay you, I don't know, tenfold, 20-fold later on, just because you want to help other people first without asking for anything back. So
Yeah,
if you want
absolutely.
to comment on that.
Can I add something as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know a lot of you guys are already like veteran when it comes to, getting lead and getting your contract and everything right. But for me, I've only been doing it for a year, and I also pay attention to how I communicate to the other agent or how I put the offers and things together. Because how often do you see an agent sending over an offer and it's missing all the informations or things are put in the wrong places, and then you have to literally screenshot and tell them like, okay, we like your offer, but you need to fix your contract kind of deal. So I ran into a multiple offer situation too, but my contract was complete, and then the way that I kind of explain it, but you have to get certain things approved by your buyers. Let's say, can I share this information? If you can, then you can use that as your leverage, and it applied to like buyer, tenant, things like that. And then so that the listing agent would look at your email and they think, okay, she got a right head above her. So, present yourself as well as someone that someone would want to work with you in a ways where they look at your first email and they like you. And sometimes they could even pick your offer over someone else's offer based on the level of details that you're willing to put into it. And for new agents like, Cole, Mojave, those are the things that you could also do in the meantime, like learn the contract side, making sure your communications and things that are related to the contract is top notch. And that will give you a better chance when it comes to representing your buyer.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up, Nikki. I actually have video for each and every question that you asked, from writing the offer, writing the email, presenting the offer. I got this question got asked me so many times. I'm actually building my entire library now. So Mahavi, if you ask me, all I need to do is send you a quick 5-10 minute video on how I do that. So, keep that in mind. We pretty much, have like the library for all the questions that Nikki just mentioned.
Yep, sometimes a little things that you be more details when it comes to working with, even your clients or the other agents on the on the other side of the table, they really can tell the difference. And in order for a deal to go to a closing table, we need a strong agent, both sides, right? Representing buyers and representing the sellers. So if you're able to showcase yourself, then the chance of your clients getting selected is a lot higher. I just closed a transaction with this buyer who worked with 2-3 other agents before, and the first thing that he say when I meet up with him is like, I was able to pinpoint and show him and add more value when we actually at the house. So I gonna show him things that may be wrong at the house that the other agents, when he asked, he said that they just say it is what it is, so they don't be proactively when they are even when they show houses to the clients. So you have to keep in mind that how we constantly add values to the other person that you're dealing with, your buyers, your seller, anything that you feel like you can be more valuable to them, and that's gonna be something that make yourself different than the others.
Really
And then
good.
one thing that I take from Build as well is selling houses is not about the house. It's not about, if it's a good deal. It's about selling yourself. So be authentic, that is the biggest thing. Be honest to your client because they know. They know whenever you BS them. Like I've had people that talk to me is like, what should I do with my house right now? And then you got 5 agents and then all 4 of them say, sell it. Because obviously people make more money when they sell a house versus leasing it. But I looked at it and I was like, well, in this current market, it's better off if you just lease it out because you got low interest, you got cash flow. If you're leasing it versus selling it, you're losing a lot. And then he's like, you're the only agent that told me to lease it. Every other agent tell me to sell it. So I think you got my best interest in mind and I'm going to go with you.
Very good. That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Any other success story that people want to share? I really want to hear from everybody, right? From Cole, from Michael, from Hoa. I know that you guys doing amazing stuff from Sarah. So if you stuck on anything, this is a true mastermind. We have a lot of producer here. We really want to pour into you. So if you stuck on anything, if you want to share a success story, please share with us so that way we can help you or we can congratulate you. Sarah?
Yeah, currently I have so you got to be a little smart when it comes to your listings and stuff like that. So I have a property in Cyprus that is unrestricted. There are businesses that are within the same area and stuff. And so my initial thought was, oh, well, it is a residential home right now, put it on HAR. And then like a week or two later, I was like, what am I doing? It's like, this is also a potential commercial property. I need to put this on LoopNet. And
Mm,
so you've got to be smart when it comes to the way you're listing properties. If it's unrestricted, take advantage of that and definitely market. Tao is amazing at marketing. I just did an open house for her in Bridgeland this past weekend, and I had 7 families come through. And I
wow.
also boost my open houses through Bold Trail. I do
Interesting.
property boosts like crazy, and I get tons of leads that way.
No way. Okay. Well, maybe next week you need to teach a class on us on how to boost property and especially how to use Bold Trail as we are in the transition to move over to the CRM. That is a really
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I looked at Lofty too, and I think Bold Trail is so much better than Lofty, and the way that it also converted not only with KV Core but all these other CRMs and ways to actually help your agents. It's amazing. I'm not a complete expert at it by any means, but it is by far the best CRM I've used.
No, this is really good. Yeah. So for those that who just joined EXP, EXP actually give you 3 choice. You either can use Bold Trail, Lofty, or Clues. So far Sarah already have success story with Bold Trail. So would love to hear more from that, especially on the open house and the boosting aspect of it. And then together with other stuff that you use in Bold Trail, we would love to hear from that next week. That would be so cool.
Okay, yeah, I would love to do that.
Hey,
Yep.
Sarah. So just a little curious. So for the Bojo boost, right? So did you do like a video type or you do like a photo types? You know how you can boost a listing by videos or photos? You see any difference between those?
I haven't really done a ton of videos just yet. I'm trying to kind of go into that and do my analytics on it. I've mostly just been doing photos and the way it boosts and it's on Facebook and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
but you got to be careful because sometimes people put false information
Yeah. Most of the
and
time
then you're
they will
reaching out
put
to somebody. But I mean, I don't get a whole lot of that, but every once in a while I do. But yeah, I boosted that open house and I got a ton of traffic.
Okay, let me try to do that again. I heard that from Kai as well, that if you boost it before the open house, that's when it show the traffic. Okay, so
Yeah, and you're gonna want to boost on either Tuesday or Wednesday before the open house because it's a 3-day boost.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so there's specific timing to it and everything.
yeah. Thanks for the tip, Sarah.
No problem.
Very
And
good. Very good.
this is Nikki here. I want to give Michael Bass a little shout out. I also helped him with an open house last weekend. We got some traffic, and then he was really on top of it. And this is one of the reasons why I really love Team Legacy is everyone's willing to share their experience, willing to help you succeed. So I was like, as a new agent, sometimes I have different ways of doing things, but I would just want to, pick his brain a little bit. I said, what do I do next, Michael? He literally took his time while he's traveling and shoot me like a couple of videos like, hey, this is what I do and this is the phrase I use. So for new agent, if you have questions, if you feel like, you're losing your mind, you don't know what to do, it's always worth it to ask. And then there's always someone in the group that willing to help you. So always rely on your teammate and everyone surrounding you, and you're in a great environment, and you might not see it because it's very overwhelming in the beginning, but that is the benefit that we have versus some other teams where nobody want to help you, nobody want to answer your questions because if you're being successful, I mean they're not, and we don't have that mentality in the team, and that's what I really really love about our team.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki. Yeah, when it comes to like structure and script, getting things systematic, Jeff, Michael Bass, and Tao is like the best in the group. Yep. So
Okay, I
eventually,
think
the right people to ask the right question.
right. And we have different group chat, so you can always jump in and ask questions. We all there to help you, and we can always collaborate. So
Yeah.
don't
And
hesitate to send any questions.
yeah. Yep. Cool. I forgot what I was to say already, but go ahead, May. Is there any other thing before we wrap up? And I think we can go ahead and wrap up and give everybody
I
back 20
think,
minutes.
yeah, I mean, this is what I love about Tuesday, right? At 10 a.m. that we always jump in here, share a mastermind together, because sometimes we need that refresh and that kick at the beginning of the week. Just kind of, but Monday was too busy, so that's why we do it on Tuesday. So everyone already kind of have like that breath that we can sit down and mastermind together, and let's keep this motivation momentum, right? So with real estate, if you lose your momentum, if you lose your motivation, then you start feeling like each day that you work is not as enjoyable, right? So we want to treat it as a work, but also something enjoyable that we do. And this is what we do. So we fuel each other to kind of, have that fire in you and collaborate. And then if you want to go explore a certain new community together, I'm sure there are many of us that want to tag along and go with you. So don't hesitate to reach out and just invite others to go with you. And that will be easier because I remember Sarah said that you want to do more videos, right? So as long as you have another agent that tag along with you, one can video for you and you can video for the other. And at the end of the day, you two have tons of videos to promote it on your social media. So real estate is not a lone, it's not like a lone fox game. If you know how to collaborate and if you are an open-minded person, then the growth is just potent, like it's just crazy. So, and it's more fun to work together as well.
Yep, I love that. And
Yeah.
then as far as housekeeping, we have lunch and leverage. You guys gonna see that posted soon on August the 14th. So we're gonna do another lunch and leverage. Free bread. Feel free to invite people. Come in just like this, right? But it's gonna be in person in Houston. And then for the training event on August 22, it's gonna be Wood Investor, right? So one of if you heard Trump say, and I personally attested to it as well, right? We still have a lot of investors coming into Houston whenever they're looking for fix and flip, looking for a brand new house ready to lease out. I think if you can have the basic understanding of how to work with investor, I personally think that would be a really really good source of business to add into your toolbox as well, because investor, they don't buy one house, right? They buy, if the number makes sense, they keep buying 2, 3, 4 and forward with you. So yeah, so lunch and leverage on the 14th, and then the Wood Investor event at the Cannon on the 22nd.
I'm so excited for those.
All right, perfect. We are looking
I
forward to
loved lunch and leverage. It was so much fun last time.
that was so fun. Yeah, so I see the energy, I see people feedback, so we're gonna keep doing that.
All right, invite your friends, invite your favorite realtors, and then we meet up in person soon, yeah.
Yep. Anything else before we hang up? Anything, Tram, Heavy, Cole, Michael Jones? Think we good, mate?
I think we good, y'all. Okay, go get it. And see you next week on Tuesday at 10, and then the in-person events.
Okay,
Good
all right.
luck today.